Now we'll continue on with we'll do how to create a new virtual machine, and we'll try and cluster the two servers I have together. Let's see what we can do here. So new virtual machine we'll do first, and I'm installing from an ISO image. There's architecture options, which isn't much. It's just 686 and x86, 64-bit. So let's go with that one. Just manual install. Existing disk image, network install. If I was going to Pixie boot, but I'm not doing that or anything right now. Right now I'm just testing an ISO. So I'm going to go forward. And here is where, if you weren't in as root, you would have to have the permissions proper on the path. But I already have the ISO mounted for Windows Server 22. And I'm going to select that. And you see it pops up automatically. When I first did this, I had some issues. And it didn't populate automatically. So if it doesn't do that for you, you can uncheck this and you can manually type in what it is. And once you start typing, you get a prompt, a box, and you can select from your list here of what it might be. But for my install here, I'm just going to do automatically detect, and it detects Windows 22 server. Sends it forward, and then here's where you do your sizing. 2 CPUs. Just do 4096. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it small because I don't have too much space. Windows 22.2. I only have a default network here. The default is what it makes. It uses NAT. In a real environment, you would probably set up a network. But for me, I'm just using the defaults just so I can, just understand the ins and outs of how this hypervisor kind of works here. And then you would say finish. And you can see it pops up here. And it should start installing. There we go. And while that's running, I am going to go over to box number 2. Oh, never mind. I guess I can continue on with this. I don't know if I need to show you this because you know how to install Windows, so I'm just going to go over to box number 2 anyway. And here, this also has the virt-manager loaded. Let me load it again. And because we tried to connect already, and it said remember it, it's going to connect again. Just need a password. All right, so it sees both running here. So now go back to box 1. And I'm just going to minimize this for now. Got both running. All right, so back here on host 1, we have connection, just the ISO. We're going to add a connection to server 2 here. Hit the auto connect again. Connect. Then put in the password. All right. So there's box 2. Just has the default network here, 192.168. And this one here, 192.168. So now I just got to figure out how to migrate them to the other host. All right, so if I right click on it, this is the one that's installing now. Probably shouldn't do that one because it has a CD-ROM mounted. Let's do this one. Migrate that. And original host is 01, and we want it to go to host 2 because that's all there is. And I'm not sure what these options are. Oh, we go. Mouse over, most likely gives you some kind of answer here. I'm not worried about that right now. I want to just migrate it as is and see if it works. So here we go. Yeah, there's no shared storage here. All right, so I guess I need shared storage. Unsafe migration. Allow unsafe. I guess that's what this box is for here. Allow unsafe. All right, so this is telling me default network is not active. This is something I actually ran into on host 1 too, which is I forgot about. So I just have to make it active. So I can see this by going over to the second box here and file, new virtual machine. And we're going to, I'm just going to use the Leap DVD that's already attached for now. I found it, just forward, take the defaults, just keep it minimal because I'm not really going to go through with it. So network selection here says default and finish. And it says virtual network default is not active. We'd like to start the network now. Say yes. And there you go. Now it's creating the install. So it started it, but it doesn't start it on boot now. So we have to auto start this. So I didn't choose install on the splash screen. Starting up SUSE here, it's just okay. I wasn't really going to install it anyway. That's why it says booting from local disk. But you notice my mouse kind of gets stuck in there. So left control, left alt releases the mouse. There we go. Left control, left alt. All right, so I'm gonna just shut this guy down. I don't really want that. I'm gonna do classic encryption. All right, still in box 2. Let's make sure the network auto starts here. All right, so it's that virsh. Hope I'm saying it right. I have no idea. State is active because we already just started it. All right, so it's virsh net. Let's get rid of this. Auto start. Default. All right, so now it'll auto start on boot, and that should do it. So now go back over to server 1 here, log back in. Close this out. And we want to migrate. So you can see this now shows that it has the OpenSuse on there, even though we shut it off, didn't really install it yet. All right, we'll have to find out why that's not there. And it looks like I'm going to have to set up some sort of shared storage to do this. I thought there would be a way to shut it down and migrate from one host to another since I don't have shared storage. I'll have to play with this a little longer, but see what we can do. There's no option to migrate when it's shut down. And when it's on, there's no shared storage to move it to. So I can't move the guest over to the other VM, to the other server. So I'll have to update when I get this figured out. All right, thanks for watching. Hope so far what I've done, it helps.